hello, hello, hello. I am back. I'm back to do love messages for my lovely Cancers, Leos, and Virgos. I appreciate you guys and your patience. I've been traveling a lot, so I'm trying to get the tarot in where I can, but I appreciate all of your love and support that I've received from all of you. I appreciate your patience and your willingness to put up with, not the usual backgrounds, okay? But let's get right into it. Let's do some love messages for my Cancers, my Leos, and my Virgos. And we'll start with Cancer. And let me stop being rude. Thank you for joining me today. If this is your first time at my channel, my name is Gigi. And I welcome you here and I invite you to subscribe so that you can become part of the tribe. For those of you returning, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for all your wonderful support. And as always, these messages are general messages. So if they do not exactly fit your situation, don't panic. Just know that's all the more reason for you to subscribe so that you are notified when your message hits within the next few days. All right, Spirit, what do we have as far as love messages for my lovely Cancers? And today we're going to start our reading with some oracle cards, and then we're going to dig in deeper with the tarot. So, Spirit, let's get some messages on the board here, on the floor, I should say, for my beautiful Cancers. What can they expect in the upcoming days here as far as love and relationships? What do they need to know? Your first card, Cancer. My happiness is a direct reflection of how quickly I can shift my perceptions from fear to love. So we've got some overcoming of fear to do here, Cancer. And your second message comes by way of there's no such thing as a mistake. Everything happens in divine order. I am being guided to learn and grow. So, definitely seeing fear in regards to things that have happened in past relationships and fear that those things will be repeated if you allow yourself to be able to move forward in a connection. I accept the gifts I've been given as a high service to the world. Cancer, you bring a lot. Like, you bring a lot to the table in regards to love and relationships, Cancer. You truly nourish those that you are with. And sometimes that can be an overwhelming thing for the person on the other end of receiving your love, Cancer, because they haven't ever been in a connection where they have felt that type of unity with someone, and it may be a bit overwhelming. And when people feel overwhelmed in love, they tend to act in strange and weird ways. So, Cancer, you've been a victim of that more than you'd like to admit, okay? And more than you deserve, much more than you deserve. So, you have a little PTSD, so to speak, when it comes to moving forward in a connection that you're being presented with now, or one that may be coming your way within the coming days and the next few weeks. Okay, the opportunity will present itself, but you, Cancer, will have to deal with your fears in regards to all of that. Okay, and the universe is basically saying to you, the divine is saying, listen, move forward, do what's making you happy. You know, you want a connection. You know, when the opportunity presents itself, your first instinct is to jump in and go for it. You're only being held back by your fear. And the divine wants you to know that things are happening in divine order and you're being guided, that you should not be fearful, but you should also learn how to vet the other person, how to make sure that though that other person across the table from you is the right person for you. So the divine wants you to hone your skills in that manner so that you're not getting into connections with people who can't handle your love, right? If you vet them thoroughly, that will give you an indication as to whether this person can actually handle your love. It's not a matter of deserving, but handling it. Can they deal in a love connection in a healthy manner? All right. For those of you who are in connection or maybe have just met someone, or you are looking towards someone from your past reconciling, I'm going to do a reading here to look inside that person's head and see what it is that they're thinking about you, Cancer. So let me get my tarot cards going here. And Spirit, I ask you to help us look inside Cancer's person's mind. What are their thoughts? What are their feelings towards our lovely Cancers? What are they really feeling? Show us everything. Show us what, Cancer cannot currently see so that Cancer has an idea of what's going on inside their person's mind, Spirit. And Cancer, you'll need to have that person that you want to examine on your mind here as I finish shuffling. And we're going to take a close look inside and see how they're feeling about you. All right, Cancer. For many of you, and this is very much looking like a person who is a past person for what I'm seeing here. The Death card being flanked here by the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. And what this is showing me is that for many of you, there's a couple of storylines going here. And for many of you, it's going to play out that this person has a thought in their mind that this is over, like that they are like the connection is over. Whatever happened was too much to overcome. And they are thinking in their mind, it is time to move on, right? Like it's over, it's gone, it's happened, and there's nothing that can be done about it. I can see here that many of them have not tried to do anything about it, but they're just like they're ready to keep it moving. Okay. And then for others of you, what I'm seeing here is that they wish to resurrect the past connection. They wish to now move forward towards you, where before they were stuck in indecision, they were stuck in unwillingness to make a move towards you. For many of them, it was an ego thing that kept them from making that move towards you. But now they're ready to make that move. Now that things look as bad as they can, like it's been over for a while and nothing has been taking place, and now they wish to like resurrect the dead, so to speak. Their intention here with this Seven of Wands in the reverse is to move you out of a space of defensiveness. They're not exactly sure how to get that done, but they want to move you out of a space of defensiveness, right? And so that is what they are currently trying to figure out. But I feel like a lot of them are going to make that move even if they have not figured that out. For others of you who were on that other storyline of them wanting to walk away, it's kind of like they no longer wish to be defensive or feel defensive. They no longer wish to defend their past actions. They know they were wrong, or they just may chalk it up to I was just being me, but now they no longer even wish that defense, right? And for those of you in that situation, you know who you are, right? But moving forward, what I see is that they are definitely looking at how they can make something out of nothing. Back to that first storyline, how they can make something out of nothing, how they can walk in, make you drop your defenses and get that conversation going again, right? And they do have the energy of the magician here, which gives them the ability, they'll figure it all out. They'll bring it all together and they will definitely make their move because the magician is a card of action, okay? Let's not get that twisted at all. On the other storyline, what I'm seeing for you, Cancer, is that, you know, even though we're looking now at a situation that they are chalking up as being gone and they wish to move on, they're going to make a comeback, at least temporarily. The power of the magician, yes, it can be long standing, but it is that initial burst of energy. So, what you'll need to look at, Cancer, is this person just back for another round and then they're back out the door, which is most likely, or are they really here to initiate something? So, those of you who have identified yourself on that storyline of the person saying, this is dead and gone, it's over with, just keep in mind when they make this comeback, is going to be a temporary comeback. Okay. And so that is why, even when you're dealing with past people, Cancer, that message that we were talking about in the oracle cards of being able to vet someone to see what their true intentions are, you'll need to place that plan into action as this person returns. Okay? All right, Cancer, those are your messages for today. And I hope that you subscribe on your way out. Um, because we want you to be part of this tribe here. But hopefully you'll stick around for Leo and Virgo's messages too, right? Like just hang out with us a little while here today, Cancer. All right, so let's move on to Leo and see what's happening for Leo in regards to love and relationships. Leos, Spirit, give me some messages for my beautiful Leos. What can they expect in love and relationships over the next coming days, over the next coming weeks? Let's get this. Spirit is asking me to shuffle a little longer. So, Leo, if you haven't already subscribed, while we wait here, please go ahead and hit that subscription button and mash that notification bell. All right, what's coming? What's coming up for our Leos? They're being so patient here. Spirit, what messages do you have for Leos? I have a lot of cards jumping up, Leo. I'm not taking any jumpers today, but what that's telling me is that the energy around you is kind of popping. That's the word that's coming to mind, popping. Things are starting to move around, like where you have been feeling stuck before is like that. Those feelings are subsiding. What was up is down and what was down is up now. So that may make a lot of people very nervous, Leo, but for you, that's what you've been wanting, is what I feel. Like you've been wanting things to just start moving around and shaking in different ways. You've been looking for that energy of unpredictability is what I'm getting. Like you feel like for many of you that you've been in a rut where people can predict your actions, your motions, and you're tired of that. You want to you want to come across a little more mysterious and unpredictable. So let's see what we got going here. Wow, Leo. All right. First off, we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse and the Page of Wands in the reverse. And what that's telling me, Leo, is that you're dealing with someone who is emotionally, they don't have very good control over their emotions. And for some of you, you are dealing with someone who has emotional issues, whether they've been diagnosed or not. They do have emotional issues and they are not taking care of their mental health properly. That is a message here coming across very clearly for some of you. And this is impacting you, of course, and it's impacting the situation because this person can't seem to get their emotion and that passionate energy under control. So they come across an that is just way out there, a lot of anger, a lot of angry words, a lot of action without a lot of thought behind it, or doing something and then later trying to apologize where it's something that you're looking at them like they should have known better to do than to do this in the first place. For others of you, this is a person who just cannot handle their emotions when it comes to love and relationships. Like they don't they don't do well in relationships. They allow their emotions to get the best of them, and they really do a lot as far as sabotaging the connections that they become involved in. And so this is core to what's happening in your connection with them at this time. They're engaged in sabotaging this relationship, even though really they want something steady, they want something solid, but they will continue to engage in this sabotage. I really don't see it changing at this time, Leo. Like, sadly, I just see that, you know, that instinct in them to sabotage is stronger than any feelings of wanting stability. For some of you, and I see this very clearly for masculines, you're dealing with, if you're a masculine Leo, you're dealing with a feminine who is has their sights set on stability at all costs. They want the nice home. They want the nice things. They want that they're looking at, they were attracted to you. Not only, I mean, Leo, you're beautiful and lovely, and I don't mean to stay otherwise, but they were attracted to you for what they saw on the surface, as far as, Leo, you roll nicely. You have the nice things. You ooze this energy of, stability, having the best in life. And they saw those things, and that's what drew them into you. But under the surface, whether you've seen it or not, it's more about that than it is about the emotions involved in the connection, right? And they are willing to put you, or figure out how to put you upside down emotionally in this connection so that they can get their way and do their thing, and have you doing things that you normally wouldn't do for someone that you care about. So keep that in mind for those of you masculine Leos that applies to. But like I said, for the rest of you, what I'm seeing is someone here who either A, has emotional issues and is not taking care of their emotional health, right? Or they are a person that is very much engaged in self sabotage or sabotage of a connection. And it will literally be like beating your head against the wall, Leo, if you continue to engage in keeping this thing going. With the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, right? Again, there is this thing about them wanting to loosen your hand on the purse strings, or loosen your grip on the wallet, so to speak. There is an element of that going on in this connection. And Leo, you know what it is that you need to do to take care of your financial health, right? You know what it is that you can spend. And Leo, we know you're a generous lover. So it's not that you don't want to give, but this person wants to dig in even further. They want to loosen that up, right? Whether it's being done maliciously or whether it's just being done because that's their expectation in a connection. Leo, you're going to meet up with that at some point. If you haven't already started to see that pattern, you're definitely going to be seeing it in the days and weeks ahead. And you need to sit down, is what I'm hearing, and figure out if this is something that you're willing to engage in, because it will cost you financially. Okay. And I would hate to see you getting yourself into a situation that leaves you more cash strapped than you need to be. To be forewarned is to be forearmed, Leo. So Divine is warning you about this aspect of coming events. All right, Leo, I hope that has been helpful. And I hope you stick around here for Virgo's messages. But if you leave us at this time, please go ahead and subscribe on your way out. And I thank you for being here today. So, Spirit, let's get some messages for our lovely Virgos. What can they expect in coming days and weeks in regard to love and relationships? What is coming their way? Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. I am really being drawn to that oracle message that we first had of my happiness is a direct reflection of how quickly I can shift from fear to love. Virgo, I want you to take a special look at where fear is ruling you in regards to love, because some of you are closing yourself off unnecessarily. I see some of you, I mean, there's nothing wrong with spending time alone, right? There's nothing wrong with saying, yeah, I'm not down for a relationship at the moment. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a healthy thing to take those breaks. But some of you are closing yourself off unnecessarily, right? You really do want something, but it's fear that's driving you at this time. So that's what I'm getting from many of you Virgos, and a warning that you need to face that head on and just maybe get back out there and do what you need to do. And if you're in a connection at this time, you need to engage more fully in that connection, because you have been parts of yourself from your partner. And your partner is beginning to feel a certain kind of way about that, and their patience is running out. That's the message that I'm hearing from the divine at this moment, Virgo. But let's get into it more with the tarot here. All right. Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, there's one bright point here with that Ace of Cups, but we're going to start here with the Eight of Cups in the reverse and the Moon in the reverse. And what I'm getting with that, Virgo, is for your person, what I'm getting is right now they're committed to stick it out. They're not walking away at this point in time, but the fact that it is the Eight of Cups means that the thought of walking away has definitely crossed their mind in a serious manner. They're just kind of pushing that thought away, is what I'm getting, right? So the thought is there, but they're pushing it away at the moment. They're like, no, 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 no. I'm going to stay with my Virgo. I'm going to try to work this out. The Moon in reverse means they feel kind of like I was saying a few moments ago. It feels like a walk in the dark, though, without a flashlight. Like they just kind of don't know if they're coming or going, and they don't know what they're seeing with you sometimes. There's been a lot of uncertainty here, and it is having a negative impact on what they feel and what they think about the connection with you, Virgo, because this is like in the forefront of their thoughts. Instead of it being love and happiness and romance, the forefront of what they're in of their mind, and why can't I not speak? What is in the forefront of their mind at this time is their commitment so far not to walk away, and how this seems like a journey of so not the healthiest spot to be in, but this is what's going on, right? And with this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, they do have, they don't want you to see you free and single out there on the market for others to look at. They, and again, that's kind of a different kind of thought, right? It's not about, oh, Virgo and happiness and I want to be a committed partner. It's more like I just don't want to see Virgo with someone else. That's my Virgo, right? So I think whatever the distance is that's going on in your connection, it's really and truly impacting your connection in a very negative way, Virgo. So dealing with these fears and moving forward, and for some of you, these are fears that are brought on by being triggered about things that have happened in your past, and for some of you, that's going all the way back to childhood. But for a lot of you, that's fears that are being triggered of past relationships. And so, Virgo, you've got some work here to do because my feeling is a lot of you have started off in these connections in a very happy way, but now your fears are having such a draining impact on the connection that it's kind of just hanging on. Your person's kind of hanging on, saying, I'm not leaving Virgo. I'm not leaving Virgo yet. 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 Okay. Instead of, I love Virgo and I'm happy with Virgo. But, there is the Ace of Cups here, Virgo, which means this thing can be turned around. You've got to let down your guard. But I feel this Ace of Cups is representative of your person coming to you in the weeks and months ahead, Virgo, with this outpouring of their feelings, and they may do it in a very emotionally explosive manner where it just comes gushing out, right? We've got all the water gushing out of the cup. Their emotions just may overwhelm them and they just may like tell you everything, and it's going to be a lot for you to handle, right? Especially if you're in this energy of fear. This gushing of emotions is going, I don't know, like that is a recipe for disaster, right? So, Virgo, let's take a look at how you can be open with your partner in a way that you still feel safe and start moving towards that. Because this is a person that does have a strong emotional tie to you, but they're just kind of reeling and not knowing how to keep this relationship successful, right? How to engage in it and move forward in a productive manner. Because I really keep hearing like they want to move forward in a productive manner. And that is what's going to be the fuel behind this emotional outburst on their part. And remember, emotional outbursts can come out looking real negative just because it's pent up energy that is now bursting forward, right? So keep that in mind. All right, Virgo. All right, Leo. All right, Cancer. If you've been sticking with me, I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you joining me here today. I thank you for your time, your energy, and for your subscriptions. All right. So I look forward to seeing you over the next few days. And until then, all my best.